and welcome to Med School Uncharted. I'm Angela, and I'm very excited to introduce you to my husband, Jason. We met in undergrad in my very first class. We've been together ever since. He's my favorite person on the planet, and he does a great job of putting up with my shenanigans. So that's my intro. Is there anything about yourself that you want to share?
Sure. Well, I like learning new things. I like adventures. Let's see, I think last year I read over 50 books because I wanted to learn new things. And then as far as us, we both have backgrounds in EMS and working in hospitals. So I also have a healthcare background.
Excellent, that's good. What was your very first reaction when I said, I think I want to do my clinical rotations in Guam?
Okay, at first I said no.
That's true.
And I think I said something like, that's crazy, because I was thinking medical school is complicated enough. We've already had to move halfway across the country. This is going to make it more complicated and probably be really expensive.
Yep. All true.
Yeah.
But you ultimately changed your mind.
I did. Once I thought about it, I thought, wait, okay, this is actually a real opportunity. I realized it was an option and thought, okay, there could be some upside here. Like, this could really put us out of our comfort zone. It could potentially be like the biggest adventure we've ever taken. And so I thought, okay, like, I could be afraid of the unknown or just kind of embrace it and see where it takes us.
And that's honestly, those are pretty much the mental hurdles that I had to take as well when I was thinking about this as an option for my clinical rotations. So, how would you describe the dynamic in our relationship?
Well, just like this time, a lot of times you come up with a cool opportunity or you think of an idea. And I think, okay, is this practical? How can this work? And then we end up on some pretty cool adventures after we discuss things. And it's cool because you kind of push me out of my comfort zone sometimes and keep me moving forward rather than stagnating.
So I figured this is kind of like a good little opener. Each of us will pick 3 words or 3 phrases to describe the other person.
Okay.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Ladies first, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So my 3 words and phrases, I had to change it to phrases because the other one didn't really fit into a word. The first is, I think you're patient.
Okay.
You are thoughtful, but ultimately you are down for the adventure.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. 3 words. I would say, well, you're courageous because even though sometimes things put you outside of your comfort zone, you still go for it. And basically, you don't let the things that don't matter get in the way. I would say tenacious, because when you really want something and you realize it's worthwhile, or we realize it's worthwhile, you go for it and you don't stop. And I would say good-hearted. Basically, you just show up as yourself, to be cliche, authentically, but you're a really good person. Mm-hmm. You actually care about people, and you actually just kind of inspire me to be that way through your actions, which I really, really like and respect.
Awesome. Thank you. Was there anything about the decision to move to Guam that worried you?
Other than that flight across the Pacific Ocean, mm-hmm. I mean, I don't love flying, so that kind of worries me a little bit. But other than actually getting there, I guess the cost was something to wrap my head around. And then other than that, just trying to figure out how to live out of a suitcase for effectively the next almost year. That was, those were a lot of decisions really fast.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. So what was the turning point when this move felt real to you?
Wow. It felt really real. It's a long enough time that we can't book a round trip ticket. Mm-hmm. So there was a day where we not only booked one-way tickets to the other side of the world, we also had to find a place to stay. So the apartment that we rented was sight unseen, 8,000 miles away without so much as a digital tour. I mean, we did the best we could for research, but once that money went out on that day and we had one-way tickets and a place to live, that was pretty real.
Yeah.
How about for you?
Also, pretty soon after that, we rented a moving truck and put everything that we owned into that moving truck and drove it back across the country to store it. So now we are downsized to a couple suitcases, and that's what we've been living in. We're still in the United States right now. We haven't moved yet, but we did already do our downsizing, and we're going to spend, we're spending a couple of days with family here in Michigan. Then we're going to be going back to Arkansas for 3 weeks to start my clinical rotations there, and then after that, we'll be flying to Guam. So
soon.
kind of soon. It'll be happening soon, and really kind of downsizing and living out of suitcases really made it feel real to me.
For sure. Yeah, the logistics have been quite the challenge. Like you said, before we moved for med school in the first place, we had a house, a garden, we had careers. We had to downsize to move to Arkansas to begin with, and then now going from a different house into a suitcase has been quite the challenge.
Yeah. So we've had a busy last 2 months. 2 months ago, or a little over a month and a half ago, I took my COMLEX Level 1 boards. I passed it, so I'm very happy.
Well done.
Yep, happy. I don't have to take that again. As we've mentioned before, we've downsized for the summer, packed our stuff. We sold one of our cars, so we're down to one car now. And we had to find a temporary home for our dog, Jack. He's a German Shepherd Husky. We've had him for almost 5 years now, and he can't go to Guam with us. He doesn't tolerate the heat well. He did not like Arkansas heat. He's really not going to like Guam heat. And then just the cost of traveling with a dog across the world is just not something that we can afford to do right now. So luckily, Jason's parents have agreed to take Jack in for those 10 months. And we're really excited because when we come back from Guam, we'll be able to take him where we're going to next. So it's nice. And luckily, Jason's parents really get along with Jack. Jack loves them. And I'm just really grateful that that's something that we don't have to worry about. And we know he'll be happy and well taken care of while we're while we're traveling.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to the Jack updates. And I know there have been requests, so we'll probably post a few Jack updates as well.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
When we first moved to Arkansas, that first summer, would actually just bark at the heat and humidity and refuse to go outside at first. So yeah, I think that would have been way too much for him.
So next, we spent a couple weeks in Northeast Arkansas, first couple weeks of July, and I had to do some preclinical training, and that's all done. So we have a little bit of a break right now. I'm going to be going back to Northeast Arkansas to do my first 3 weeks of internal medicine rotations, and then I'll be finishing that rotation in Guam. So that'll be kind of fun and exciting for me to see the difference between internal medicine in mainland USA and Arkansas, and then also can be able to compare and contrast it to internal medicine in Guam. So that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
For sure.
And yeah, like I said, as soon as I finish my internal medicine here, we'll be flying to Guam. So that's really what's on the horizon for us. I'm just going to have some rapid fire questions for us.
Okay.
We'll try. I mean, we'll do our best to answer them quickly. We tend to be a little more long-winded. It's hard. We're going to try to see how this goes. All right. Who is more organized with packing and prep, me or you?
I think I stress more, so I'm more organized. But you're definitely faster.
Okay. What is one unnecessary thing that you're bringing, but you're bringing it anyway?
Probably like a roll of gaffer tape. It's going to be super useful for everything.
Okay.
I mean, everything from temporary lens hoods to like mounting our microphones if something breaks. Yeah.
Okay. For me, my unnecessary item is a brick of birthday cards. I have 24 nieces and nephews, and I have 9 siblings, and I like to send out birthday cards. I could always buy them there, but it's always very expensive to buy them individually. So I bought them in bulk, and I'm going to bring them with us on the plane and ship them out for the different birthdays.
That is like a brick of birthday
Yes, it's
cards.
a brick of birthday cards. Is there anything from here in the United States that you're missing already and we haven't left yet?
Well, I miss the dog already. I miss our people. And there is a guitar that's packed away that I do miss playing already too.
We can probably manage to find you a guitar on Guam.
We may have to find one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
at least
we can
an ukulele.
Yep, I think we can do that.
Yeah.
For me, I already missed the dog. We had left him here in Michigan for 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks while I went and did my July course in Arkansas, and that was hard. It was hard to be away that long. So I know after the next 10 months, we'll be ready to see him again.
For sure.
Definitely already missed my family. We've been away from them, or our family. We've been away from them really most of the time for the past 2 years, for the first 2 years of pre-clinicals. And this next year is going to be tough. We're going to be missing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
What are you the most excited to leave behind?
Most excited to leave behind? Yard work.
There we go.
We are renting an apartment, so I don't have to mow a lawn. That is nice. How about you?
I guess I really hadn't thought about that. For me.
Well, if you think of something.
For me, this kind of piggybacks off the yard work thing. We'll be just staying in a studio apartment in Guam, so a lot less to clean, a lot less to keep track of. So really just kind of having less things with us and less rooms to clean, I'm excited about that. We'll be able to focus more on, well, for me, I'll be able to focus more on studying and then focusing more on, when we have downtime, just getting out and exploring the island of Guam.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who we'll meet, what we get ourselves into. And it'll be nice to focus on, well, learning how to make and edit these videos as well.
Yeah,
we'll get better.
This is a new endeavor for us. Neither of us have done YouTube before.
No.
This is your first YouTube.
This is my first video.
Yeah, your first video, so that's pretty cool. And so hopefully if this goes well, we enjoy doing this, you'll see lots more of this. We're planning on it.
Do you have any more rapid fire questions?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
I have a couple more questions though.
Sure.
So what are you most excited about once we get there?
Oh, food. I am so excited. Yeah, I always like trying new food. So like we've lived in the South. I've loved exploring the barbecue, the pickled everything, all the pies, just everything we've gotten to eat. And anytime we travel. So I'm excited to see about Guam. I've heard about things, never been able to try them, but some of the Filipino food, the chamorro dishes, I've heard their barbecue is pretty good. So I'm excited to see how all that stacks up.
Awesome. I am most excited about the beaches and snorkeling. I've never been snorkeling, and I'm really excited to see some fish and just see how we do. I mean, you're a really good swimmer, so you should do well.
True, but still got to respect the ocean.
Yeah. I like to swim, but it'll be a challenge for me, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it'll be neat. There's coral reef, and well, yeah, I'm excited about the snorkeling and the beaches as well.
What are you most nervous about?
I am definitely most nervous about flying across the ocean. I've never left North America, so I've been to the US and Canada, but I've never flown across that much open water. I've never been on a plane that long. I'm excited to do it, but I don't love heights anyway, so being stuck in a plane that long isn't something I'm super excited about.
For me, whenever I travel and go someplace new, it's always figuring out where things are and trying not to get lost. I get lost a lot in new places, and I know Guam is not a big country. It's 30 some miles long, 8 to 9 miles wide, but I was still managing to get lost there. And once I've kind of figured out where things are, what my routine is, and get a lot more comfortable with the area, I know I'll be a lot more confident. So that, for me, is always what I get most nervous about. But like I said, it's part of the adventure, and we'll do it. We'll do great.
Yeah, and if it's really interesting, we might have to share some of those stories too.
Yes, yes, I'm sure we will. So what are you most proud of in this process so far for us?
I feel like we've been really flexible and responded to everything new that comes up fairly well. So information kind of rolls in piecemeal, especially with newer programs. I think you were the first one going to this clinical site, right?
Yep, the first person that my first medical student that my medical school has sent to Guam for their core clinicals. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited for the challenge, and hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, so anytime there was some logistics to handle, we would do what we could and then find out more information. We'd just kind of have to react. And I think we did a pretty good job of being patient with each other through all of that, and the moving and all of the kind of last minute things that we had to figure out.
What does doing this together mean for you?
I would say that doing this together, doing anything together, really comes down to shared decisions over unilateral decisions. Basically, I think it's important for anybody, a team, a couple, to kind of discuss opportunities or challenges. Sometimes they're the same thing. To kind of get a handle on what is known, what's within your control, what is outside of your control, and then just to make the best decisions that you can together based on that. Really to over communicate, to make sure that you're on the same page, to know what is important as far as like individual and shared objectives, and then to find the best way to meet those going forward.
I agree. What advice would you give to couples navigating big changes in life like this?
Oh, definitely be patient with each other.
Right.
And over communicate.
Okay.
Because people can't read your mind. So you might think that something is very, very obvious, or that they know what you're thinking. Just assume that they don't and over communicate. It could save a lot of trouble in the long run and just make things smoother.
What are you most looking forward to learning during our trip to Guam?
So many things. Most excited, one answer, hopefully I get to learn how to cook some of the dishes. Not only eat them, but to be able to maybe bring some of the knowledge of it back. I mean, it still won't be the same, when I cook it as getting it a home cooked something from somebody over there. But I would like to be able to do that. And I feel like there's a ton to learn, because usually Guam isn't something I hear about every day, like most people on the mainland. It's if it comes up in the news, and then sometimes like if you're discussing U.S. territories, right? Or if you're talking about history. So I've heard it's a vibrant place. I'm excited to learn all the things that we will.
I agree. I'm excited about all those things as well. One little extra thing I'm looking forward to is seeing how the medical community feels on Guam. We've been really lucky that we were able to work in a pretty close-knit EMS community, and then an emergency department in Michigan. And even though it was a hospital, and you had a lot of coworkers, it felt very close-knit, and you really leaned on each other and relied on each other, and I liked that team feeling. I don't know how it's going to feel on Guam, but the fact that the whole country is very, very small, and everyone lives on this island together, I can't help but imagine that the medical community there will also have even a more so tight-knit, close feel to it. And I'm really excited to experience that, and I really hope I do.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. It was neat seeing the difference. I mean, we've had the fortunate, like we've been fortunate to work with a really good team of people in Michigan. But then when I went to Arkansas and worked in a hospital there, really fortunate to meet amazing people there. So I can imagine, like you said, we'll meet something similar in Guam.
Yeah. And like I said, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, my goal was to keep this intro short, was to be able to introduce you to Jason. Hopefully, we'll be doing more videos in the future. I'm sure we will. And yeah, more stuff to come. Is there anything else you want to close with?
I think we've covered it. Thanks so
Oh.
much for having me on. I'm excited to be back as we go forward.
All right. We'll see you soon.